And it was a fast start at the 4th round of the X2O Trofee women's race in Hofstade. A surprise start for the Italian rider. Garibaldi had to start 71 riders on the start line this one, so a busy start. Super hectic, but it was Judith Kral who got the whole shot, didn't just get the lead, got a gap on the first lap. But quite quickly it was Lucinda Brand taking control of the race. Had to do a quick bike change on the first lap, just dropped behind Manon Bakker briefly. That was the only mistake of Brand though all race. Once she got back on and got the gap, and that was the mistake we saw from Brand, just going sideways, managing to hold it up in the sand.
Yeah, doing that scoot through the sand, made sure that she actually stayed ahead of the riders behind and she didn't get trapped behind them, and she's right back onto Bakker's wheel as Van Anrooy was able to make her way, move her way up as well pretty quick.
Yeah, Van Anrooy having to start on the 2nd row, so got stuck in a bit of traffic, but after a huge effort was able to get on the back wheel of Bakker and Brand. Just see Van Anrooy making a mistake. And it was these key sand sections, the one on the right we can see Brand on, and the left where we see a huge group of riders. That was proving to be key. Really tough deep sand, but it was Brand who got the gap. Van Anrooy and Bakker did chase, but Brand, the consistency, the power, once she kind of warmed that diesel engine up, and especially after a weekend of heavy World Cups, the gap just kept increasing.
And it was then that we got to see the fantastic battle for the 2 riders behind, as Brand doesn't make any mistakes. She's super smooth over everything. She's like sections like this where she's back on the bike and pedaling around the corners before other riders would necessarily be able to do that. And there was some issues with lapped riders. She is having to let them know that she's there, and we saw that quite a lot in the race, but she was super smooth, controlled, the power, and this battle for the 2nd spot was the really exciting part of the race.
Yeah, we had Van Anrooy coming back from an injury-hit season last year, so coming into form, and Bakker as well, doing the best race we've seen her in so far, fighting for that 2nd and 3rd position. But it was Brand again having a little bit of difficulty with back markers. But her gap was 29 seconds at the bell as Van Anrooy attacked Bakker. Bakker doing a really strong race, but Van Anrooy was just a little bit faster in the sand and on the running. So we see Brand clearing that section, the deep sand causing her no problems at all. On the last lap, Van Anrooy just attacking.
And this is that point where she really almost had her and then actually had to ride back into the sand because she'd hit a rut and it just tipped her off on that concrete section. But she clearly had it in her mind that she was stronger, and this is what she needed to do. She got into this sand section. She was a faster runner than Bakker. That's what the run was, what let Bakker down in this section of the race. And she was right back on and attacking again. And at this point, Bakker has to kind of consider tomorrow. She's really good on the banked sections as well, but as Brand comes around to take her 9th victory in a row.
Lucinda Brand, the 4th X2O victory in a row, her 9th win in a row, and her 12th for this season. Unbelievable streak of consistency, form and power for Lucinda Brand. 2nd position. Van Anrooy making it up. Balozi Glowy Lions 1-2. Manon Bakker, her best X2O race of the season. Her 1st podium, 3rd position. So there we go, looking a bit further back. Really good result. Laura Verdon shot 4th position. Julie Brouwers 5th. They had a fantastic race. Came down to the wire.
This time I'm going to let you describe the feeling when crossing the finish line.
It stays special, and also today, last lap I really had the time to look around, and it's incredible how many people come to watch. If you just think that we play a bit around with our bike on places where you should not ride with a bike, and people love to see that, yeah, it's incredible.
Die ziet dat het goed was. Die mag ze ook alle 3 feliciteren uiteraard. Onze 3 dames. En dan Tom van Robijs van X2O Badkamers. Die gaat uiteraard ook de prachtige eend overhandigen aan de winnares van vandaag. Aan Lucinda Brand. Weer al een prachtige eend. Opgemaakt in het kader van deze Plagecross. En er komt natuurlijk ook nog een glas aan. Een glas Vlaanderen zit erachter. je badkamers nog vindt, dan zijn de reële tekstverschillen van Holland, want die worden